This is part 3 of craziest conspiracies. Let's get into it. We're gonna read more comments on that video and spill the tea. This person says, behind the ice wall, there is a whole different civilization studying us and watching us. I know I've talked about Antarctica so many times, but I'm gonna talk about it again for all the new followers. So, Antarctica, absolutely sus for every single freaking reason. So Admiral Byrd, he was a famous aviator in the early 1900s. He says he flew into a hole out the other end, hollow earth style, and saw lush green land, and he saw rainbow cities, just like an ancient civilization type thing. Came back, told the world. Admiral Byrd, I believe he unalived 10 years later. Right after that, 1958, NASA was created. In 1959, just a year afterwards, the Antarctic Treaty was signed. I think NASA was a shiny distraction to keep people from looking into Antarctic. The Antarctic Treaty. So basically that treaty is where all of the nations came together to agree on one thing, and that one thing was we are to be prohibited from self-exploration of certain parts of Antarctica, where they say it's just ice, right? Like if it's just ice, then what is the big deal? Obviously it is a freezing tundra, but why, out of all the things, nations cannot come together to end world hunger, they can't come together to end a freaking war, y'all can decide that we can't go to Antarctica? Call me a 5-year-old, but when you tell me I can't do something, I want to do it more. And the ice wall thing came into play because Admiral Byrd had an operation called Operation High Jump. And y'all know, I think everything they put in the TV has some kind of fact to it. Let's take into account Game of Thrones, winter is coming, the ice wall in Game of Thrones, and what was behind that freaking ice wall in Game of Thrones, okay? There's a whole theory about what in the world could be behind the ice wall. It could be Gog and Magog, which is an ancient Jewish text, and it's also in the Quran, I believe. In the Quran, they're called Yajuj and Majuj. Basically, it's a king and a group of different kinds of species. A lot of people think it's giants, and they are waiting in the mountains, some remote area that we don't know about. Some people think that they could be Gog and Magog. Some people think that the behemoth is behind the ice wall because of the Leviathan. A lot of us believe Leviathan is still at the bottom of the ocean, which is why they were randomly detonating bombs. Animals were beaching themselves. There were ocean fires, like absolutely insane things going on in the ocean. We know that sea gigantism exists, right? So if we think about how deep the ocean is, Leviathan really could be there. But where would the behemoth? That's the land creature. So where in the world would a colossal land creature hide? Maybe behind the ice wall, especially since it's lush green land. Oh my gosh, how did I only get to one? I got to one comment. Guys, I yap way too much. As always, make sure you like and follow. Comment down below if you want a part 4. I already know if you want a part 4, but what do y'all think about this whole ice wall thing?